Okay, welcome back to political science class. And remember, it's tomorrow your first PT test. You know the syllabus for the examination, right? Okay, it is constitution, how and why and how, right? Saram Jose. And election and representation. Election and representation. And the last chapter is from section B, part B, political theory and introduction. Political theory and introduction. Okay, so the notes are there with you people, right? Notes are there with you, right? So or no? You wrote yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, all things are fine. So today I am using these two periods are there today. We'll go for a small revision. Okay, so any doubts you can ask me. I will explain it. Okay. Anyway, I am expecting good marks for everyone. Okay, so any doubts are there, which you can ask me. Now, this period we are going for the revision for the chapter. It is Constitution. Okay, why and how? Clear? Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution. So please take your notes, all of you, and the same time your textbook also. Just keep your textbook with you people, and we will start the revision. Okay. Clear, Amal Roshan? Abhiram, turn on your camera.
Sir, I'm not
Yeah.
feeling well, sir. So I'm
What
on
happened?
bed.
What happened?
Body pain, sir.
Okay. So ready, everyone? Okay. So you can see the textbook here. Okay. On the board. I think the screen size is okay for you people. If you want increase, I will increase it. Is it okay? Fine. So in this chapter already we know that or we discussed about the Indian Constitution and why the Indian Constitution and how the Indian Constitution is formed. Okay. So first of all, we discussed what a constitution means, the meaning of the constitution. Oh, tell me, what is a constitution? Come on, first. Who's able to speak about the constitution? What is the meaning of a constitution? Come on, first.
Sir, a constitution is a set of written rules and regulations that allows the members of society to go forward with minimum cooperation.
Minimum cooperation or coordination. Okay, good, done, good. Okay, fine. Next one. Okay, so we said about what a constitution means. Amaloshan, is that clear for you? Please check in your notes. The thing is there or not. Okay. Next one. What a constitution does to the society. Okay. What does to the society? So constitutions are only for the society, right? It is the set of rules and regulation that creates a minimum or minimal what coordination. Clear or not? Everyone want to lead a good life in the society. Okay. So just give me a moment. Okay, so we discussed that one, the second point. Okay, what a constitution does to the society, Indian society, basically speaking. So, next one, how constitutions govern the allocation of power in the society. Okay, how the constitution govern the allocation of power. Okay, so we know that power is distributed among the different levels of the government or different organs of the government. Clear or not? At the same time, even people also have some rights to participate in the decision making. So powers of each and every levels of the government and organs of the government is mentioned in the constitution, and how these organs or how these levels exercising these powers, that also mentioned in the constitution. Okay, and the role of the constitution to regulate these what we can say organs of the government or levels of the government. Finally, what was the way in which the constitution of India was made? The constitution, we know that Indian constitution, we know that the constituent assembly, it's a group of people, they sat together for nearly 3 years for the preparation of the Indian constitution. Okay, number of provisions are added in the Indian constitution after long negotiations and discussions. Okay, that things are included in that last part. Okay, clear? Okay, so just go for a short revision. Okay, first of all, why do we need a constitution? Okay, first of all, constitution allows coordination and assurance. Coordination and assurance, what do you mean by that? Hmm? So in a society, there are different groups of people are there. Okay, people with different mentalities. Clear or not? Different religious groups are there, different social groups are there, linguistic groups are there, cultural groups are there. Okay, and they have their own demands. Okay, so what we want? We want a common set of rules and regulation that everyone wanted to accept. Okay, is that clear or not? So it is the constitution and the rules and regulation is not a group of people, not only a group of people. Everyone wanted to accept it in one sense or the other. Okay, then only we are able to lead a respectful life and a secured life in the society, or else cannot do that. Clear? Clear? Okay, fine. Next one, we discussed about the functions of the Indian Constitution. How many functions are there? How many functions are there?
4.
4 or 5? Okay, let we discuss one by one here. The first function, you can see here. The first function of the constitution is to provide a set of basic rules that allow for minimal coordination among the members of the society. Clear? This is the first function of the constitution. What is that? If it is not marked, you can mark it now. The thing is there in your notes anyway. So here, the first function of the constitution is to provide a set of basic rules that allow for minimal coordination among the members of the society. I already told you, there are different groups of people are there in the society. Okay, so rules and regulations are there in the constitution. Sometimes all the people in the society cannot accept all these rules and regulations, but some rules and regulations anyway they have to accept. Clear? Clear or not? Okay, so we can say that in one way or the other, rules and regulations are there in the constitution that can be accepted by almost all the people in the country, right? Right? Okay, so that's it. It is the first function of the constitution that provides a set of basic rules that create a minimum coordination in the society. In the society. Okay. Second point. Second point. What is the second function? You can see that's the page number 5. The second function of the constitution is to specify who has the power to make decisions in a society. It decides how the government will be constituted. Clear? There are different levels of governments are there, we know. Okay, India is an example for a federation. Union government is there, state governments are there, local self-governments also are there in our country. Okay, so each and every levels of these governments have some special powers. Clear? Central government will not interfere in the powers and functions of the state, and the state government will not interfere in the powers and the functions of the central government. Okay, all these powers are mentioned in the constitution, and constitution decides or constitution specify the powers of all these levels of the government. You can see here. The second function of the constitution is to specify who has the power to make a decision in a society. Clear or not? No? Whether it is a central, state, or the local self-government. It is applicable in the case of courts also. Okay, we know that local courts are there, municipal courts are there, district courts are there, high courts are there, Supreme Court is also there. Okay, for each courts, different powers also are there. Okay, such kind of things also mentioned in the constitution. It decides how the government will be constituted. The powers of the government is mentioned clearly in the constitution. All the governments, the three levels, I mean the central, state, and the local self-governments want to function as per these set of rules and regulation that existing in the Indian Constitution. Okay, so we discussed about the two functions of the Indian Constitution. And the third function, you can see that in page number 6, the third function of the Indian Constitution is to set some limits on what a government can impose on its citizen. These limits are fundamental in the sense that government may never trespass them. Clear? So what is the fundamental rights are there in the Constitution of India? Okay, so no government is able to trespass these fundamental rights. It is the rights of the citizens. Okay, in the normal condition, all the citizens of the country can enjoy these rights. Clear? So the third function of the constitution is to set some limits on what the government can impose on its citizens. So government cannot do each and everything on the people there. Clear or not? Okay, so the constitution protects the people by providing the fundamental rights. Fundamental rights there. So sometimes government will turn into anti-democratic. Okay, clear or not? Democratically elected government, sometimes it will turn into what? Anti-democratic, which means against the people. So the constitution that guarantees or protecting the people's rights with these fundamental rights, so no government can trespass that. Clear? Clear? That's what the third function of the constitution, protecting the fundamental rights of the people. Okay, and we are going to the fourth function of the government. Okay, the fourth function of this constitution, the fourth function of the constitution is to enable the government to fulfill the aspirations of the society and create conditions for a just society. So directive principles of the state policy, we know that. Clear? As per that, the constitution prescribes or constitution says to the governments what to do for the development of the citizens. Clear? Or improvement of the life of the citizens in the society. Okay, that is mentioned in the fourth function. What is that? The constitution is to enable the government to fulfill the aspiration of the society. The society have a number of development goals. Okay, they want to develop. They have a number of development goals. It is the responsibility of the government to support the people, or at least create conditions to create a just society. Everyone want to develop. Everyone want to develop. Okay, so four functions completed up to here, right? In bold letters. So coming to the fifth one, you can see here, fundamental identity of the people. Clear? So you can see here the fifth one. Finally, and perhaps even most importantly, a constitution express the fundamental identity of the people, right? Fundamental identity. So India is a federation. We have a single citizenship, right? Right? Single citizenship in the country. Okay, it is the final responsibility or final functions of the function of the constitution. What is that? The constitution expresses the fundamental identity of the people. This means that people as a collective entity come into being only through the basic constitution. It is by agreeing to a basic set of norms about how one should be governed and who should be governed that one forms a collective identity. Okay, clear? One has many sets of identities that exist prior to the constitution, but by agreeing to a certain basic norms and principles, one constitutes one's basic political identity. Second, constitutional norms are to be overarching framework within which one pursues individual aspirations, goals, and freedom. The constitution sets authoritative constraints upon what one may or may not do. It defines the fundamental values that we may not trespass. So the constitution also gives a moral identity. Third and finally, it may be the case that many basic political and moral values are now shared across different constitutional traditions there. So we know that we are following a single citizenship. Okay, the constitution is providing that, protecting us or considering us as the citizen of the country. citizens of the country, and creating some special provisions or circumstances to develop. Okay, clear or not? Within the framework of the constitution, within the framework of the constitution. This also considering as the function of the constitution, helping each and every individual to develop in the society, develop in the society. Okay, and considering each and every individual as the citizen of the country, as the citizen of the country. Okay, so these are the functions of the constitution, functions of the constitution. So please learn this properly. Functions of the constitution is an important question for the examination. Okay, next one we can see that there are number of things we are adopted or we adopted from the other constitutions, other constitutions. Okay, we can see that here in page number, 1 minute. Okay, page number 22. Okay, the basic concepts that what we adopted from other constitutions. Sorry, you can see the British Constitution. From the British Constitution, we adopted the policy of or the program called first past the post. It is related with the election, right? We know that first past the post. Next one, parliamentary form of government. That also from the British Constitution. The idea of rule of the law also from the British Constitution. Institution of the speaker and his role in the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, that also from the British Constitution. Law making procedure, okay, a bill to a law, that also we adopted from the British Constitution. And from the Irish Constitution, we adopted directive principles of state policy, directive principles of the state policy, clear? And from the French Constitution, we adopted principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity. Okay, what are they? The liberty, equality, and fraternity. Okay. And from the Canadian Constitution, the quasi-federal form of the government, which means a federal system with a strong central government. So quasi-federal form of government means nothing but it's a federal type of government, but central government has some special powers. Okay, that's called to be quasi-federal government. That idea we adopted from the Canadian Constitution. Canadian Constitution. Next one, the idea of residual powers. Okay, so we know that the concurrent lister, the state lister, union lister, and a residual list also is there with the residual powers. Okay, almost all the governments are able to enjoy that. So related with the time, new rules and regulations will require. Clear or not? Clear or not? New rules and regulations that are also coming under the residual list, the residual powers. Next one, United States Constitution. We adopted from United States Constitution, basically the Charter of Fundamental Rights, the Charter of Fundamental Rights, that basically from the United States Constitution. Power of judicial review, power of
Please. You see, yesterday I had sent a message about the filling the forms. So there is a doubt for some students that whether the students who are studying here, who are studied last year, should send it or not. All the students should send those details, because after 2 years, many things might have changed. Your email might have been changed. Your annual income might be changed. Phone number might be changed. So such kind of changes will be there. So all the students should fill that form and send it by today itself. When you write the email, be very careful. Space. If the space changes, email will not go. If the capital letter changes, email will not go. So if you are keeping any capital letter, any number, underscore, upper score, whatever be there, it should be written, email should be written very clearly. Okay, there shall be no chance that I should send again the message. Okay, send it today itself. Okay, thank you.
okay. Okay, so that's sorry. That's what we adopted from the American Constitution. American Constitution. What is that? Huh? The Charter of Fundamental Rights, power of judicial review, and independence of judiciary. Independence of a judiciary. All such principles, all such ideas we adopted from the American Constitution, United States Constitution. Is that clear for you people? Okay, so in this chapter, basically, I told you it is something related with the functions of the Constitution. Okay, clear? And that what we discussed now. Here you can see provisions adopted from the constitutions of different countries, different other countries. Okay, so these things are important for examination. And you can see here main points of objectives resolution. Okay, so this time I am not asking any question from that particular area, but for the board examination, it will be there. I mean, board in the sense for our terminal examination, questions will be from that section there. Okay, clear. So just keep that idea in your mind. Okay, next one. Here it is. The composition of the Constituent Assembly. It's an important question for the examination. The composition of the Constituent Assembly. Composition of the Constituent Assembly. Okay, so moving backward here, you can see here, right? How was the Indian Constitution made? That's an important question. Okay, so almost all the things are covered here. So please read it properly. And I told you the weightage for this chapter is somewhat high in comparison with other chapters. Okay, clear or not? So give you adequate importance for this chapter, learn it. I think the notes are there with you people there. Yes or no? Tell me, notes are there or not? If it is not, so inform me. I will send that to you people, definitely. Okay, notes are there with me there. If any problem is there related with the notes, you can ask me. I will send that to you people, right? Okay, anyway, prepare well. Okay, next, what is the next chapter for we people? What's the next chapter?
So elections.
Elections and the representation. Elections and the representation. Okay.
So
Tell me.
So can you send the elections and representations note again?
Elections and representation note you want one more time. Okay, let's class recording. So in that chapter, election and representation, we studied about different methods of elections, right? Right? Okay. So what are the two different methods of election? Can anyone tell me? The basic methods. Basically, that what we are following all around the world today. Two basic methods are there. What are they?
First past the post system and proportional representation system.
Yeah, first past the post system and the proportional representation are the two systems. Two systems. Clear? Okay. So tell me, Sananjos, what is this first past post system? Already you conducted a seminar in that particular topic, I think so. Okay. First past post system. First past the post system.
Sir,
Come on.
voting.
Voting.
Sir, majority wins.
Okay. So the person with the more number of votes, right? Right. Will declare as elected in this system. Okay, clear? The person with the more number of votes will declare as elected. That's what the first pass the post system. And what is this proportional representation system? Kevin Goshi. What is this proportional representation system? Proportional representation system.
So proportional representation system is like, so on the frequency of so the percentage won't match with how many votes they get.
Okay. So basically speaking, so it is somewhat complicated, right? Okay, it's related with our comparing with the first past post system. We can say that the proportional representation system is not that easy to understand for a common man or illiterate person, right? So some technical knowledge is necessary. Some technical knowledge is necessary to understand this proportional representation system. So India is using the third and complicated proportional representation system of election to elect our president and what do you can say speakers, right? Yes or no? So there are different methods we are using in India. So in this chapter, The questions are basically related with the importance of the first past post system. Okay, clear? And its specialities. Okay, proportional representation and its specialities. Clear? And the representation system in India, the importance of election commission in India. Election commission. Clear or not? Clear. And the functions of election commission. Functions of a election commission. Such kind of questions we are able to expect from this particular chapter. What is that? Election and representation. Election and representation. Weightage of this chapter also almost as equal as the first chapter, constitution, how and why. Clear? Clear? Okay, almost the same there. Some differences there, only 4 mark differences there. Okay, so this chapter also too important for the examination. Definitely, I will send the note of this chapter also. Okay, and finally, one more chapter is there. What is that? That is from section B. What is the name of the chapter?
Introduction to political theory.
Okay, introduction to the political theory. Introduction to the political theory. So basically, we discussed about what is political theory. What is political theory, and what are the values in politics, like liberty, equality, fraternity, justice. Okay, I mean the social justice, right? Like that things we discussed. Okay, and different aspects of these things there. Okay, clear or not? Equality with justice, liberty with justice. Okay, like that concepts also are there. Discussed about it, different political thinkers and their contribution So such kind of things also we have to, or you people want to learn from that chapter, important for the examination. Okay, anyway, the next period, one more period is there in 4:30. At that time, we will explain this chapter with the help of the notes there. Clear? I will send the notes before that to you people. You people please ready with the notes there. I'll explain from the notes. Okay, any doubts are there, means that time you can ask me. Okay, so now I came to know that a number of people not yet started the revision. Okay, some people started, they know some answers. Others, they are waiting for something, I don't know. Okay, what is that? So listen students, there is no time for wasting. All right? No time for wasting. And this is your first examination, political science, tomorrow morning. Okay, you got the revised syllabus. I mean, revised timing for that, not just syllabus, but a revised schedule for the examination. This schedule is there with you people. And what is the time for examination? That the evening or in the morning?
Sir, morning.
Yeah, morning session. Morning session. Okay, so please keep that idea in your mind. Not much time for you people to waste for exam. I mean, waste for. Okay, so please prepare. Please start reading. Please learn that. You check your notes there. Again, notes are there. I will send that to you people. No problem in that. Okay, clear. Okay, so just give me one moment. Okay, guys. In your textbook, Indian Constitution at Work, you can see in page number 59, page number 59, comparison of first past the post system and PR system of election. PR system of election. So please tick that and give adequate importance for that particular question. Learn it. Okay. Page number 59. Please mark that question. Next one, page number 63. Reservation of constituencies. Reservation of constituencies. Just add that also and give you adequate importance. Next one, free and fair elections. Free and fair elections. Free and fair elections. Next, page number 66, universal adult franchise and the right to contest. Different age groupings are there. So please learn that. Please learn that. And you know that there is a type of question for us. It is termed as passage-based questions. For this examination also, one passage-based question is there. So read the passage thoroughly. Okay. And write that answers. It is only for 5 marks. Okay, 3 questions are there. 1 question consists of 1 mark and 1 question for 2 marks. Total 5 mark questions are there. 1 passage is there. So read the passage clearly and write the questions. Sorry, write the answers properly. Right? Don't write the entire paragraph as the answer there. It's a 1 mark question and the 2 mark question. Okay, to find out the exact answer from the paragraph and write that answers there. Clear? That clear? Okay. So next one, the same page, sorry, same chapter, page number 72, electoral reforms. Electoral reforms. Electoral reforms, you can see. No system of election can ever be perfect. Okay, and in actual election process, there are bound to be many flaws and limitations. Any democratic society has to keep searching for mechanisms to make election free and fair to the maximum. So almost all the countries, okay, they are arranging elections. Okay, number of political parties are participating in that, but we can say that no such elections are free and fair. Lots of problems are there. Okay, and today, what are the governments doing to avoid such problems? Or what are the measures to conduct free and fair elections in one country? That's what the thing we have to study from this particular area called electoral reforms. Electoral reforms, very important questions for the examination. Electoral reforms. Electoral reforms. So I will give you 2 minutes for you people. Please read it in documents. You can ask me now. Fast. Electoral reforms.